Welcome back, guys. I'm Donald3 here, and welcome back to the Great Ace Detective Chronicles, Part 16. Today we're either finishing Chapter 5, or we're going to be going straight to be continue. Or if my internet doesn't go out because there is a storm going on outside of my house. Gina, how are you holding up? I'm starting to feel quite warmly towards her frequent cold shoulder. Jeannie, are you alright? Weren't you saying? What's the point in it? We got all this trouble fighting so hard for the likes of only. Why? Well, you saw that picture. What picture? I mean this. This. I didn't think I would have captured a scene like this for sure. It's hopeless. Anyone who's gonna see gonna think I did it. Anyway, well, I won't pretend it wasn't a big shot. Surely you gotta have your doubts about me now. You still think I'm innocent? Of course I can. Why did you? Why don't you tell us what really happened that night? I know it's cleverly managed to piece together a lot of the information still. We'd really like to hear from you. Alright then. It was after we had dinner together at your place, alright, Iris? Then we all had chat up in your office, didn't we? Yes, I remember. After that, I just couldn't sleep. I slept out the window to the street to Wendybank's place, and I know if Iris' story was there or not on the Baskervilles. I don't know what it's about or nothing, but if you ask me, there's something in that Soames don't like. Something what they don't want people to read. So that's why he lied to Iris about sticking it where the wind makes safety. At least that's what I thought at the time. So you're welcome to Wendybanks. I just had to know it was there or not. I mean, I had no idea of all what was going to kick off that. I stuck around, stuck the lock, and stuck inside. It was dark like there. I gave the oil lamp on the counter a bit of a wick, and then. What do you think you're doing? Ugh. I nearly died. I did. The next thing I knew, I grabbed the gun off the counter and waving it in the air like what? You were the girl from here from this afternoon. I didn't think pickpockets went on robbery. The manuscript, you got it, and Soames left with you a story. I beg your pardon? The helmet vest was whatever something I'm sorry, young lady. I'm soon died in recognition an article belonging to the ghost. I didn't want it. Oh, you want to see it, don't you? I want to know if Soames was really pawned it or not. Please, just let me see it. I'll go. Oh, very well then. But for Pete's sake, stop waving that gun around, would you? And the old man came in the cove and unlocked the storeroom door, and we both went inside. And it was right there, a manuscript. Soames weren't lying after all. All you did all just check for me, Granny. Anyway, there was a bit of a kick up. in the main bed of shop. The Sculpin brothers arrive and on the scene, yes. What's that noise? Something's breaking. Dear me. Is there some burglars convention or tonight or don't know? I think you forgot to shut the door behind me, sorry. I better go take care of it. Could I possibly have my gun back? Oh, well. I've come with it. No, don't be foolish, young girl. You must stay right there. Don't leave the room under any circumstance. With that, he took the gun from me in my hands and walked out the back shop. I went along back into the storeroom, like I said, and strained my ears into the dark. What was going on? It sounded like they got into a scrap. I started to think I should help see. So I was about to go out to sort myself when I heard a couple gunshots go off. 2, I think. Almost at the same time. And that's when it was right in front of me. Mr. Lynn's face down on the floor. I was right next to the storeroom door and I slammed it shut. Locked it quick like that. But because you thought whoever shot Mr. Lynn's base might come for you. Yeah. So I wanted to grab the old cove's gun. I figured if I put a fight at least. That's when I got a better look at him. I knew. Winnie Banks was goner. You shouldn't have grabbed the gun. I felt funny in my head. All of a sudden, I felt dizzy. And after all that, I don't remember nothing. Must have been when you passed out. That must have been when you passed out, you know. If I admit I hadn't done that, what I'd done, the old cove might have still been alive. Did you tell the police everything you told us? Of course I did, but they wouldn't believe me. Word of it, did they? All they said was, keep telling lies. If I keep telling lies, it makes things even worse for me. It'll be alright, Jeannie. Don't worry. Just stay alone. That cove, what was there in the afternoon? That Agate Bernadette? I still remember what he looked at me. It's like I was nothing. He was there that night. We don't know the real name yet. I am convinced that he's involved somehow. Anyway, thank you for telling us what happened to you. I appreciate your honesty. You what? You may can leave the room and escape without seeing. Is he another? Yes. Oh, can you trust me? I don't get it. I mean, have you forgotten what happened before? Come on, it was only 2 months ago. 3 months ago, we told you the whole fact of lie. What? No, I could never forget that. Oh? I did what I thought was the best of the time, but pain error doesn't get any error easier. Still, I don't forget. Don't forget, I also made you a promise. I told you I'll be on your side till the very end, no matter what. What if I'm wrong? I was once in your position, Gino. I was accused in trial. You were? Before I left Japan, I was accused of murder. And it was strange as it might sound, the circumstances of the crime was pretty damning. I'm sure that no one would believe me if it wasn't who done it. Oh, no. But there was one person who stood up for me, believed in me, and was prepared to defend me. My best friend. You see, no one believes in you more than I do. The more, leave it to me. Listen. All you need to do is put your faith in me. That's all I'll say. I was so happy I cried. But even then, somewhere inside me, I couldn't help but thinking, surely he doesn't really believe in me, not completely. But I was wrong. Since my trial began, it was obvious that he had absolute, unwavering belief in me. And in turn, I developed an absolute, unwavering belief in him. Since then, I came to realize if you want to believe someone, you have to believe in this person. What are you saying? I promise you, Gina, that no matter what happens, I'll keep believing. So you need not to worry. I won't let you. Even though I'm a diver, but no forgotten miner. You're not like Max McGilda. I know that. That's right, you're a friend. We know you better than you think. I came to the conclusion that you're someone we can trust. Yes, and I really need to know. Exactly. That was quick. Yes, of course. Thank you. Let's get going. I've been both a defendant and a lawyer, defending a lawyer in my time. So, I only knew too well just how hard it was to pull all your faith in another. And also I knew just how hard it was to bear the burden of another pulling all their faith in. But this is the final chapter, the final battle. Wish me luck, Suzato son, and I hope you're watching over me too, partner. I hereby call the court in order to resume the trial of Mr. Young. Lord Bugsy, have you successfully subpoenaed the witness? The subpoena was delivered to its communication station. The man was immediately alert. However, the heavy rain delayed the arrival of carriage, it would seem. I see. Let us turn our attention to Inspector Grayson in the case. Heard by the court this morning. The glaring omission of the third bullet in your report is a serious blunder, Inspector. Yes, I can apologize. Although the defense chemical analysis of the blood has seen its compelling arguments for a compelling argument, I cannot have such an hard method to be used as evidence of the court. It was a big mistake across her leaving. My lord, senior witness has just arrived in the building. Thank you, officer. Show him to the stand without delay. Mr. Edgar Drogoday. I didn't expect to be crossing paths with him again so soon. And certainly not like this. Hello again, you dude. Thank you for complying with the court subpoena and the short sword, no, sir. Of course, my lord. As a standing member of the London Society, it's my pleasure to oblige. I'll solemnly state your name and recognition for the record. Ashley Brayden, communication officer. Brayden and I both worked at the London Central communication station. Now, perhaps somebody will kind of explain all this about. You were appraised by the situation of the court officer. Thank you, President. Yes, I was. Something to do with the murder that took place at the Congress Stock Exchange. It's not nonsense about me having to be there some question. Oh boy, here we go. This is really beyond a joke, you know. Very well, without further delay, the court will hear your testimony as agreed. You will respond to the accusation against you under oath. Gladly, Miller. Gladly. Okay, just looking at this guy, I'm about to hate this guy big time. The accusation. Naturally, I have occasionally used the pawnbroker services from time to time. But are you seriously suggesting I conclude these thugs break into the place of the murder, or night of the murder? I have no intentions of making such an outrageous accusation, even if certain parties were here present claim that my blood was found on the scene. Some detective homebrewed texture can hardly be taken seriously as evidence. You have to point on that latter part. Oh, you deny the accusation completely, do you? I must say, I am dismayed. For a high score in the land, swayed by self-impressed detective voice. It was the will of the jury and our Great Britain's justice system to demand that the jury will be held. Then it would seem we have misfortune amongst the assembly of jurors. Oh, Tuesday. God golly. How long am I expected to be defending here? It's following the matters is established. But you'll be free to leave me, you will. Good, then I shall have no time for afternoon tea, after a small consultation at least. That's not a whole, Mr. Longer, proceed with the process of me. So, meet me again, Mr. Edgar, every day. Or is it Mr. Brayden? My apologies, you... Regular escape restaurant. Defense lawyer, we have met. If you say so. Ask a Brayden and show. So. I trust we can conclude this quickly. I'm not holding your flashy hat, do we? We do. Yes, we even met in the very farm robbery where the crime took place in that afternoon on the day of question. Though, of course, you introduced yourself as a different name this time. It was Mr. Edgar Bergendart, I believe, Benedict.
Objection!
Alright, I'm gonna have to stop questioning everything, because it looks like he's gonna... This could be tricky. So I'm gonna have to find which one could be a good question. Blood was found at the scene of the crime. There was no question about it. Mr. Solmes is getting along, that's positive. But I am the only human to have blood running through my veins. I suppose how he's... It could be quite blood of these two misfits. Even the individual blood site was different composed. There's a different... Things, who is this film's character anyway? No, all others know his name. Technically. Even you aren't able to bring yourself to the great detective. Oh, great detective, you say. Now we're not.
Excuse me.
Hello. Do you have something to say about that, Mr. Skulkin? What? Me? No, Mr. Skulkin next to you. Right, that's how it does. Yes, I know, you're not the big Mr. Nash Skulkin. Yeah, go along, Governor. You won. Is it not the case that you and Mr. Gray spoke? You were just not on one. Would you care to share that thought to the court? My thoughts. It must have been my thing. After not spoken, answer the question, please. My Mr. Gray just spoke. Nothing. I got nothing. I was thinking, if it was arms around so much, it'll open. How do you say one? Because took a look at because we took a bullet just a few days ago. We ain't got healed up yet. I was worried about him, and Mr. Graydon, did I hear that? What? Your comrades worried about you, seems. Or on account of your injured arm. My lord. That's my guild. Talking about. Certainly, I shouldn't expect to answer anything in relation to the monster. Well, we know someone was a victim was hit by a bullet at the scene of crime 2 nights ago. And from the help of the bullet on the wall, that person was hit in the upper arm thereabouts. Perhaps you allow the court official examination, sir. The left arm currently is collapsed on your right arm. No, I have to show no evidence. You have no evidence to show. I hate to say it, but he's right. Like that last statement to Miss Gray gets transformed. Sorry.
Hold it!
Never had anything to do with it. You forgot that Mr. Graydon that on the afternoon. Obviously, I'm not a complete stranger to the pawnbroker. And currently, of course.
Objection!
No, you were redeemed. You were there. I have no idea what
Is that right? Excuse me!
There we go. You have something to say, Inspector? Come in, sunshine. You were there too, in fact, weren't you, Inspector? That afternoon. Oh, yes. I remember that meeting yourself. And you were in the death seat, and the accused, and that time, the witness, Miss Graydon, was trying to acquire a particular life. Well, now. I'm afraid I don't know. I'm not gonna lie and pretend I remember something I know. What's it over here? Very showing the picture, showing Actually, he's showing us a picture for him, you know, from the cameras that Hurley installed on Windows. Yes, of course. Of course, and the gentleman picture in there. So the Windows episode. Exactly, which proves Mr. Braden was in the shop in the afternoon question. At no point I denied that fact. I nearly entered the shop to turn to the article sell at what words and what the broker. Nothing more. This makes no sense. I understand why Gregson's trying to cover his tracks. Max. Why would Gregson try to avoid giving testimony about what happened? What do you think, Bruno? I think his intentions of telling them has not. He's aware that less he says, the less chance he's giving himself away. That's the complete opposite of Hurley then. He seems to think that there's more than he says the better. At least I managed to praise a little more information on the witness's lips. All thanks to Mr. Skulkin Brothers. Yes, there is the key to it also. So he said he had nothing to do with winning debates. We all know that's not true. Perhaps he took a good time to have a proper look at that court records. Yes, I never thought a tiny scrap of information could come from a valuable weapon.
Hold it!
Oopsie, wrong way.
Objection!
I don't mean that.
Is that right?
Yeah, I screwed up there. I hit the wrong button. Sorry about that.
Objection!
Why is that supposed to be? As deemed by the defendant, Mr. Greenlaw, however, somebody mysteriously tried to take it from her. And that someone was you, of course. Was it Mr. However, never taken nothing. I've never seen that. May escape you, but there's a small smear of blood on. Yes, it results from those Tom. That's right. The surface of the disc is covered by. And the skirmish of the disc with them. Who tried it. So, while the disc bears remembers the skirmish, what? They're done with the person bears also gracious indeed. That's a reading. There's a whole court officer. Or you're going to refuse your examination of the oh. You can see I arrested you. What do you mean? What's it mean? So you made it now. You and it would appear to have been something of a mistake. I did not take the disc, but as you put it, not quite reserved. What are you trying to say? You see, the disc was mine on the outset. Is there some crime? What? It would seem, Mr. Graydon, that the piece of evidence you learned is just... And you know about the disc now? Yes, sir. As you wish. Though I'm quite sure it was nothing whatsoever to do with the pawnbroker. There's a note for Mr. McGill, but that belongs to me. The redemption ticket was stolen from me by the accused. One day question. I proceed at once to the shop to explain the situation. In the end, of course, the disc was taken by police. In other words, I had no absolute reason to break into the shop that same night. He has a point, but... You see, the famous line of philosophy who perished in the very courtroom 2 months ago after being acquitted. Ryan Nessa. Yes, my lord. The one and the same. Good lord. So Graydon, are you saying that Mr. McGill and yourself were acquainted? Yes, that's correct. Oh boy. Expect to hear the name under this courtroom again. According to what Gina told us, this disc was placed in the pond the fateful night 2 months ago. But Mr. McGill himself gave instructions about it. It's funny McGraydon is claiming that the disc belonged to him, isn't it? In all likelihood, he's lying. He appeared that noon in the bank's order to hand his ghost. Russell, you're welcome into your cross-examination, please.
Hold it!
Yes, I was taken by Inspector Gregson here, wasn't it? That's right, it was this very man. Apparently, the police are collecting anything
Is that right? Excuse me!
Is something wrong, Inspector? Huh? Well, what do you think? The last remark, Mr. Gregson, is definitely about 12 years ago somewhere. No, it didn't. It's nothing. Leave it alone. Leave it. Let me ask you this, Inspector. Why is Scotland gathering information gathering Mr. Gale's possession? I can't tell you something like that, Sunshine. What is it, Inspector? Investigating secrets. Okay? Yes, exactly. You should know about that. And it's McGill who died so unexpectedly after his 2-month trial of guilt. A man renowned throughout the capital for his great contributions to the public life, yet had a dark side too. Where are you going with this, Van Zeeks? I suppose the police are dealing with the aftermath of his nefarious activities. That's enough. Commons like me have duties. These have to carry out. We're not at liberty to talk about all that. Talk about that. That's all you need to know. Duties conferred by Long Strongheart, I presume. The Lord Chief Justice appears to have a great faith in you, Inspector. Bottom line is, if you want to get more out of me, you're gonna have to kneel. What's all this about? It's like there's something going on between Gregson and Longfern Seeks here. Let's return your testimony.
Objection!
This was the positive money against destruction. You knew that, and you were there.
Objection!
Counter again, in case the Discord group has taken a cut. The witness has no reason to visit.
Objection!
Sorry, my lord friend, but that's not true. What? Mr. McGill had another article of pawnbroker from Mr. McGill, and this is the second pawnbroker's ticket. But there were 2 articles of blonde Mr. McGill did in Wendy Banks' pawnbroker, and the reason you was to recover the second. This is the second ticket. What had the man deposited? The article description reads, 1 small box. A very... Oh, is it that? Wow. He got a point there. I believe there are acquainted grounds to such as you did. That's absurd. Why not would I do such a thing? Oh, no, then there would be absolutely no need to retort. He has a point. That's a good point. Very good point. Indeed. Witness makes sense. That means that for some reason, this Graydon fella needed the small box the very night.
Objection!
It's time to put in this nonsense, my lord. The idea along with the thinks. I do hate to run to learn, but that. Yes, sir. My point. The prints were taken from the detective security camera. Ah, Hurley's right. I mean, I'll just let this one speak for itself right now. Oh boy, this is bad. counted every single item in those 2 photographs. That's stronger. You know what, Bruno? I've been thinking. I wonder if these 2 photographs really are exactly the same. What? So, Council, in the light. Why am I making my answer? I'd like to try something, mate. Try something? What do you mean, Council? I need a certain piece of evidence from the court records that I demanded. I'm gonna tell us where to follow a piece of evidence. Where is it? There we go.
Take that!
I like to use this device, my lord, to view the 2 princes' stuff. Oh, yeah. I would have got one. That's right. Come on, now. Let's put the pictures in place and see. There we go. There we go. I wasn't sure at first, but there's a clear discrepancy between these. What? You mean the identified location of the...
Take that!
Granted, the 2 prints are almost identical. However, there's one minor discrepancy between... What? Now, if you look... Really? There we go. A single stands out. A very different location in this small box. Let me... Wait! Unbelievable! Joe, you're right. What is it? This tells us very simple. Mox was indeed not stolen from Windybank's in that question. However, there cannot be doubt. Or someone picked up the protector box and then returned it by the shelf. Are you suggesting that the small box originally deposited must be going to back? Yes, the very same small box I just identified with those.
Objection!
Fine, just work. What? Oh, if the box was put on the shelf, nothing's stolen, then that means this quite simply, there's nothing has changed. Alright, let's try again. Changes everything. I believe it does change everything about the case. Well, how can it be possible? Crucial point, the fact is, where to move the small box. In other words, we have to consider that the might be box. What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting that we need to examine that box as soon as possible. A vital piece of evidence on the shelf on my
Objection!
Well, that won't be necessary. The little box belonging to the man who died 2 months ago couldn't possibly be relevant to the trial. Lord does not uphold your objection, my bailiff. Arrange the officer to go to the break. On the same small in the back. Place it back here for purpose. You should have a report in half an hour. I think perhaps we should have a recess first for a while. Should we look waiting for us? It's fine. I beg your pardon. This has nothing to do with smoke screen. What are you trying to say? I really hate these guys. Oh boy. Vince's argument was flawed. Oh no. The genie. No, because he's acquainted. Maybe. This could be a great opportunity for us. Sorry? What do you mean, Myers? Oh, well, alright then. Ever testify. In other words, the defense would like to make a proposal. Oh, what proposal on the council? The court is awaits the rival's musical response. I would like to call the defendant, Machine Lestrade, as a witness. The defendant? To what end? It's to do with the various articles deposited in Wendy Bank's board. Ms. Lestrade has information relating to them. I believe it would be beneficial for the court to hear what she has to say. It all will produce. Well, things are becoming quite interesting. I presume you consider the implications of the testimony you're proposing. In particular, the impact it will have on the accused's standing in deed of your own. I have. Alright, Zeke, could you care to explain the last remark? The prosecution accepts the defense's proposal. I move to interrupt the cross-examination of the current witness to hear from the critics herself. have no objections. So the court will hear Mr. testimony of the defendant. Yeah, that's right. Wait. You, sir, shall remain on stand with us, Trace. As you wish. Alright, Gina, it's time. I know this will be hard, but please, put your faith in me here. Good luck, Bruno. The article Mr. Klein was deposited in the Wendy Bank file burglary. Are you immediately related to the omnibus? Yes, and I remember you brought before me. That's right, my lord. Your testimony helped establish this. Their omnibus case was intriguing, to say the least. And now we'll hear all again. The same players in that brawls face each other once more. A twist of fate, perhaps. I'll just let this speak for itself. That remains unsolved even now, 2 months on. As indeed, the omnibus murder trial. Be as it may, I recall neither did this nor the Salt being mentioned in the list trade. Would you please tell court now, please? What really happened on the omnibus? I mean, I don't know what you mean. I said what I know. All about everything you told us yesterday inside your person. Oh, please, let's straight. It's really important. What? Remember, little girl. If it transpired that you were willfully withholding information 2 months ago, the Home Office will seek prosecute for. Oh, and naturally, you will lose your credibility as a witness. Although, let's face back. You have little credibility to lose. Meanie, don't listen, Mom. Please, you have to. Alright. Let's on your side. Alright. I'll talk. Is that right? Well, it would seem that one. I'm struggling to understand what. However, it would appear Mr. McGill has pawned an article that extraordinary our secrets that Alberta is unaware. This is it. Even things going like Mercy said. This could bring the whole courtroom down to my ears. As a lawyer, I'm prepared to take the risk. It is. Kate Cub was on the almost the whole time. While the Irishman dragged out under the sea, I saw the disc on fire. And all of a sudden, heard me and the roof of the column slopes. That's when Mr. McGill slipped off. He threatened me not to snitch. Not me is what I heard. Oh boy. That last part's the only truth part. As you say, my lord. Then let's... Alright, here we go. I did take both of them. Very well, I learned. Given the depths of your calamity you have plunged yourself, this may be worth hearing. Or tell me the situation of Mr. Nardo. Yes, my lord. I will decide upon your fate following the conclusion of this trial. Yes, of course, my lord. Behind me, Mr. Nardo. Council, proceed with...
Hold it!
And you were hiding in the cabin anyway. If I remember rightly, the storage compartment underneath the seat was... That's right, it's all pitch black so you can say nothing. You know, in your testimony 2 months ago, I can certainly claim that you was the sole pastor. False testimony, my lord. That's what they told me I could say. But important to tell us the truth. Where was appointed? I don't know. I did hear him talking a lot. What are you talking about? All I can hear too well is to say, if I say, I think that is about money or something. If you're talking about buying and not buying. Perhaps the business is dealing with some kind. Well, anyway, it got louder and louder. It started to sound like a proper fight. It was pretty scared. I was pretty scared of them. And I breathed, and all of a sudden, I heard a noise, something around the floor. I was blowing up. I believe you let out an altered scream. Yeah, that what gave me away. When I learned when...
Hold it!
When the disc was on... Discussion. And have nothing occurred to the detective. But they're clearly talking the entire time. It's as if they're negotiating. Yes, sorry, my lord. What were they talking about? Let's try to continue it. Please.
Hold it!
There was two gentlemen accommodating his feet, I believe. That's right. He must have looked through the skylight to right notice I'm with the knife again. When they screamed, the driver or Miss McGill out of sight. Out of sight? Where? Back under the seat where I started. Once the carriage came along, the cubs found the ran off. If they immediately left the flat with the festival police, it would appear the entire related where they went. So that left Mr. McGill did, the driver, and you standing in the seat. Yeah, only the driver didn't know I was there because I was under. I heard in the cabinet door a voice from outside. The driver, yes, he is also testified in trial. A fellow went by the name of Buffy Ever. What did Miss McGill try to say, John? I don't know what happened. Stuff like mainly.
Hold it!
The pawn shop was obviously being window-banks on Baker Street. Just a minute, counsel. Do you mean to tell me that the driver gave false? Oh yeah, as well. Perhaps the excursion of the pawn robbery slipped his mind when he was on the stand. Indeed, my lord was late. McGill took off his coat and gave it to the driver. It folded and take care of it and had nothing in it over. When I saw him do it, I remember thinking, the coat, what I got to, yes, Gina was sure the disc must have been worth some, more than when Mr. Windmix was second. I remember her wabbling with him over the price that afternoon. The driver looked pretty happy when Mr. Gill flashed the vast in his face. I wanted money, but then he
Hold it!
threatened me how exactly? Oh yeah, I'm a real scaffer. Which including fast tells me is. Yeah, that's it. That's where another thing said. Which just was. He told me if I had a ticket, hang on to the ticket. The ticket? Well, I never. That said, if I showed up at paying off the money to keep the lug stop. Well, it left me with about to pay for it. But really, why on earth would Miss McGill have done such a tossing his own overcoat in the bar before him? It makes no sense. There would be only one logical explanation, my lord. What Mr. McGill's driver deposited window banks was something he didn't want the police to see. Something very important that he needed to hide from his company. Anyway, after that, let me go. I legged it before the copper showed. Oh boy. Well done, Gina. It could have been easier to tell the truth. They really put her faith in you, Venom. Yes, and thanks to your rehab, face-to-face charges of perjury once this trial is over. So I need to use the time we have to get vital information. Well, time to hit that second statement.
Hold it!
Was it this you saw? This disc? Yeah, I reckon it probably was. Right? The line on the phone. But does this have belonged to the victim, perhaps? I don't know, but McGill looked pretty smartish. And then sat the cove with the knife on the ventilator seat. What did he say to you at the time? And it told me not a word. I heard no one about the discount. I was dead scared. Alright, looking at me, I thought I didn't. I started asking a lot of questions, like what my name is, where I live, except one driver too. After a while, what happened to the carriage was noticed. Yeah, that's right. First was the kind of, Alright, thank you, Mr. Lightstraight. Thank you, Counsel. I've heard enough. I believe we have reasonable understanding of the actual transpiring. I would appear the night 10 minutes ago. A negotiation was taken. A negotiation desist. However, matters did not run smoothly. Whether the parties were involved or a quarrel over the price Mr. Gilda took was he wanted by force, at the expense of the other man's life. That proves my point that this is clearly valuable in some way, but I don't understand why yet. And 2 days ago, first slice. As for Gilda's coat wasn't its contents were due to be. I didn't know what should I have done with the ticket. I mean, the cove died right after his trial. I knew that. So you decided you would try to claim the article as your own. Oh, not. We're gonna be forfeited. Why would I have gotten it? Anyway, you can't blame me for thinking about it. Thinking about no crime. Afraid, it would appear Miss McGill was prepared to kill in order to take possession of this death. Do you know why would that be? I ain't got a clue. Well, I reckon if it were to fair bit of brass, it would probably sell it. I ain't gonna blame me for thinking that. It ain't fine. My lord. Evidence of your lordship has been located and is ready for the court's inspection. Mysterious little box deposited by Miss McGill 2 months ago. There is no doubt in my mind there is a key piece in this dark Norwegian puzzle. Alright, I'm gonna call it a stream for a little bit, and then next time we're gonna finish this case. Catch you guys in about probably half hour to an hour. We're gonna finish this case. Next time. Tomorrow, in a bit.